Hi, this is Kerry Artak with Wicked Stocks, bringing you your daily NVIDIA report for Monday, October 28th, 2024. But before we check out the charts, I just want to ask you to please click like, share, subscribe, and check out wickedstocks.com, where we offer a full suite of both daily and weekly analytical videos, just like the daily Tesla and daily NVIDIA reports, daily analysis in the SPY, daily analysis in the Triple Q, weekly analysis in the S&P 500 Index, the NASDAQ 100 Index, and Apple stock, as well as 2 individual stock picks a week that you never see on YouTube that cater to the 3 to 5 week swing trader out to the 3 to 5 month near-term investor, always looking for 20% moves or more on those underlying stocks. And you get to see all of this for free. We offer a 5-day free trial up front. So check out wickedstocks.com. Let's take a look at the charts. I am going to start with kind of the near term and work my way out. I do want to mention that we did top out essentially at the 143.71 level last Friday. That is the high settlement price that was put out, early last week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. That's right, early last week. 143.71 is still an upward pivot point into later week. If we push through 143.71 today, 148.15 is in reach. Nothing but a simple trend line off these highs. That could be it for the day. But if we do close today above 143.71, I see the 151.86 formation, this 2-month going on 3-month channel top, in reach this week. Closing above 143.71 is your 3 to 5 week swing trade to the upside if you're not long already. 3 to 5 week. I'm sorry, did I say 3 to 5 week? I meant 3 to 5 day swing trade. So closing above 143.71 presents a 3 to 5 day swing trade to the upside. 151.86 likely by the end of the week. 151.86 is rising daily and is really part of a range of resistance that, if you include the same formation on the weekly chart at 156.40, can contain buying through November, and we can fall away from here back to that is that a July high? I think that's a July high, maybe a June high of 140.76. So once we test the low to mid 150s, and keep in mind 151.86 is rising daily, once we push into this zone, we can fall back within several weeks or sooner to the low 140s. And we'll see what the charts are showing at that time in terms of rising channel bottoms and such on the daily chart. I will also say, as we're still looking at this chart, that it would be a settlement above 156.40 that would indicate within 1 to 3 more weeks. The more significant, really, 167.34. So 167.34 is a formation that goes back about a full year and can absorb buying through the first quarter. This channel top at 156.40, it's worth mentioning, by late December, over the next 2 months, converges entirely with the longer-term structure at 167.34. So we'll continue showing this through time. This will become really more of a range. Right now, it's a bit stair-step. So I've just said that closing above 156.40 would indicate 167.34 within 1 to 3 weeks. And as we continue into later November, I will merely say that the wherever this channel top is at that time is the beginning of a range of resistance up to 167.34 that can contain buying through the first quarter. And yes, this market, NVIDIA, will become increasingly vertical as we move into the second quarter of next year if we were to close above 167.34. But until then, that is your area to take profits in if you've been holding NVIDIA for a matter of, several months, a number of weeks, because we can fall away from 167.34 through the entire first quarter of 25. Let's take a look at the kind of the downside. I've mentioned how we've got 147.31. That's your day ceiling, really. And if we push through it, 148.15 in reach. But holding below it, obviously we've got 140.76. And I'm highlighting that because, it's very close to Friday's low of 140.80, as you can see. I think that is still kind of a soft intraday pivot point. And if we happen to, break or perhaps open below 140.76, this area is a pretty solid zone of support, 136.59 to 137 even. Now, we have it labeled weighted, if you will, as a session containment area, able to contain Monday lows. But truth be told, because of the convergence, 136.59 is, for instance, a 2-week channel bottom, and 137 even is a 1-week channel bottom. This area combined, for the time being, for the next few days, may well contain selling pressures through the week itself. And once we test the 136.59 to 137 even area, I could have put a down pivot next to 136.59 and probably should have, just to illustrate that if we do close below 136.59, I would then expect 130.53 within 1 to 3 days. But until then, for you aggressive 3 to 5 day swing traders, even the 1 to 2 week swing trader, if you're looking to buy a spot that may actually hold through the week and we could continue into the 150s from there, I'm going to go out on a limb just a little bit and say 136.59 to 137 even may be your zone, because this is still quite a bullish market. In fact, it remains bullish above 130.53 as we continue through November. In fact, I will isolate these 2 points just to make the point that buying pullbacks through November is recommended at 130.53 and climbing if given the opportunity, and that holding above 130.53 will keep the 151.86 channel top in reach over the next 3 to 5 weeks. I probably could have constructed that 130.53 channel bottom right about here, that you're buying 130.53 in anticipation of upward rotation then into what is now the low 150s and climbing as we continue into later November. So and the inverse is also true, that you can sell the low 150s in anticipation of, the lower 130s over the following, 3 to 5 weeks or less. I do need to illustrate both of those on a single chart just to drive that point home. And I'm going to say it one more time, that if your time horizon is 3 to 5 weeks out, 130.53 is your pullback support to buy into. No good reason to be short NVIDIA through the rest of the year as long as we're above 130.53 or until we reach the channel top that I've already mentioned at 151.86, the weekly version at 156.40. And the inverse is true as well. Selling upside pullbacks into the 151.86 all the way into the 156.40 region, narrowing daily. Once we test this area, I see no good reason to be long NVIDIA if your time horizon is 3 to 5 weeks out, because over that time frame, over the following 3 to 5 weeks, we can fall back to some variation of this 130.53 channel bottom. We will be articulating this on a day-to-day basis. It is a bit nuanced because if we were, frankly, to push into the 156.40 region later in the week, the structure that we find now at 130.53 will need to be reconstructed a bit because we will have pushed through the channel top or the trend line that forms the basis of the 130.53 channel support, if you catch my drift. Let me go back to this chart. 136.59 to 137 even. Solid support for the day. If tested, and that is the question, if tested. And it is in reach if we break 140.76 today. And if tested, can absorb selling for the day itself. And as I say, possibly for the week itself, as we can rotate up to new highs off that 136.59 to 137 even area. The last thing I'll say, closing below 136.59, we have a 1 to 3 day sell signal down to 130.53, which presents a solid buy signal, not only for the week itself, but into later November as we can rotate upward from here into what is now the upper 150s or mid 150s and climbing. This is the very last thing I'm going to say, and that is to say that if over the next week or two we close below 130.53, we have a 3 to 5 week sell signal that by the end of November we should unwind all the way back into the 110s, 109.60 to 112.49, well suited to absorb selling through the rest of the year and possibly well into January if tested. I don't expect it unless we close below 130.53. Now that is all I've got. Please click like, share, subscribe. Check out wickedstocks.com. We offer that 5-day free trial. You can see our stock picks twice a week, our daily triple Q and SPY analysis, weekly Apple stock analysis, etc., etc. I'll be back tomorrow with Tuesday's NVIDIA. You have a fabulous day.